Pulse Talk, bringing insights into health and wellness with your hosts, Christine and Alex.
Okay, so you're getting ready for this big meeting on eye health.
Right.
And you want to, sound like you know what you're talking about.
Of course.
But maybe you don't have a ton of time to, read through medical journals.
Yeah.
So we're doing this deep dive into two things you asked about.
Okay.
Eye hypertension and the world of contact lenses. Especially with, all these online retailers now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, eye health is one of those things that we don't think about a lot, but it can have a big impact on our lives even before we have any symptoms.
That's a great point. And one of the things that really stood out from the stuff you sent
Yeah.
was this whole idea of eye hypertension being a silent threat. What's that all about?
So eye hypertension is also called ocular hypertension.
Okay.
It's basically when you have higher pressure inside your eye.
Okay.
It's like, imagine a garden hose with a kink in it.
Okay.
The water pressure builds up.
Right.
And it's the same with your eye. If the fluid inside isn't draining right, the pressure goes up.
And the danger is that this can lead to glaucoma.
Oh.
Which damages the optic nerve, and that's how you can lose your vision.
That makes sense. And one of the articles mentioned this term, glaucoma suspect.
Right.
What does that mean for someone, if they hear that?
So being a glaucoma suspect means you have high eye pressure.
Okay.
But no damage to the optic nerve yet.
So you're okay?
Yeah, but you need to be careful.
Okay.
It means you need monitoring and maybe treatment to stop the damage from happening.
So it's all about catching it early.
Exactly.
And in terms of risk factors like family history and age, diabetes, high blood pressure, all things that affect people, especially as we get older.
Right. And you can't forget about being nearsighted, too.
Right.
All of these things can play a role.
Okay.
The main thing is regular eye exams.
Yeah.
To catch it early, even if you feel fine.
That makes a lot of sense.
It really does.
So we've talked about how eye pressure is a big deal.
Yeah. But how does eye hypertension really affect someone's life?
Oh, that's an important question.
Yeah.
You see, in the early stages, you might not notice any symptoms.
Okay.
But later on, it can be life-changing.
How so?
If it turns into glaucoma and you start losing your vision, it affects everything.
Oh, yeah.
Driving, reading, hobbies, even recognizing faces can become difficult.
Wow, I hadn't thought about it like that.
And it's not just the practical things.
Yeah.
It's emotional, too.
Oh, right.
The worry of losing your vision, not being independent, all those things affect your well-being.
So early detection and taking steps to manage it is really important.
Absolutely.
To protect your vision and keep a good quality of life.
Yeah, for years to come.
Now, I know a lot of people use contact lenses to see clearly.
Yeah.
And there's so many options online these days. But what are some of the risks of buying them from, not so reliable sources?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Honestly, buying from, unverified sites can be risky for your eyes, like playing roulette.
Oh, wow.
You don't know what you're getting.
Okay.
There are counterfeit lenses out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they might not be made to the same safety standards.
So what kind of problems could happen if someone uses those lenses?
Well, they might not fit right, which could be uncomfortable.
Oh, right.
And even damage your cornea.
Right.
The materials might not let your eye breathe enough, making them dry and irritated.
Yeah.
And there's the risk of them being contaminated.
Oh, that's no good.
No, if they're not sterile, you could get infections.
Yeah?
And that can affect your eye pressure and your overall eye health.
That's scary.
It is.
So if someone needs contact lenses, what should they look for?
Right.
To make sure they're getting something safe and real.
The most important thing is to buy from a reputable source.
Like a real store.
Yes.
And else should people keep in mind when choosing contact lenses?
I think it's really important to talk to an eye doctor.
Okay.
They can tell you the best type of lenses for you.
Right.
And make sure they fit properly.
Yeah.
They can also give you advice on how to wear and care for them safely.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've talked about eye hypertension.
Right.
And how important it is to choose your contact lenses carefully, especially with all the online options.
Yeah.
What other steps can people take to keep their eyes healthy?
Oh, there's a lot you can do.
Yeah.
One thing people often forget is nutrition.
Really?
You know the saying, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
Well, it's true for your eyes, too.
So what should we be eating for good eye health?
Foods with lots of antioxidants,
Okay.
like leafy greens, spinach, kale.
Okay.
Colorful fruits like berries and citrus.
Okay.
And things like nuts and seeds.
Good.
Antioxidants protect your eyes from damage caused by free radicals.
Like eating a rainbow is good for our eyes, just like it is for the rest of our body.
Exactly.
And what about omega-3 fatty acids?
Those are great too.
What are those in?
You can find them in fatty fish like salmon and tuna.
Okay.
And also flax seeds and walnuts.
Got it.
Yeah.
So diet is important.
It really is.
What about exercise? Does that affect our eyes too?
Definitely. Regular exercise improves blood flow, and that includes blood flow to the eyes.
Okay.
Good blood circulation is really important for healthy eyes.
Right.
Plus, exercise helps manage diabetes and high blood pressure, which we know are risk factors for eye problems.
So taking care of our overall health is good for our eyes too.
Absolutely.
Right, it's all connected.
Yeah, and don't forget about protecting your eyes from the sun.
Oh, right, yeah.
UV rays can damage your eyes just like they damage your skin.
Yeah.
So wear sunglasses that block both UVA and UVB rays.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
About contact lenses.
Right.
We talked about the dangers of buying from those unreliable online sources.
Yes.
But what can people do to make sure they're taking good care of their lenses?
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
Even with genuine lenses, if you don't care for them properly, you can have problems.
Okay.
The most important thing is to wash your hands.
Right.
Before you touch your lenses.
Okay.
Always use fresh contact lens solution every day.
Sure.
And never, ever use tap water or saliva to clean them.
Okay. That's good to know.
It is.
I'll admit, I've been guilty of using tap water sometimes.
I understand, but it's not worth the risk.
Okay.
Tap water can have microorganisms that cause eye infections.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, and always replace your lenses when your doctor tells you to.
Okay.
Don't try to make them last longer.
Okay.
That can also cause problems.
So good hygiene and following the doctor's recommendations.
Exact.
What about giving your eyes a break from the lenses?
That's important too.
Yeah.
Try to have lens-free days when you can,
Okay.
especially before bed. That gives your eyes a chance to breathe and get some oxygen.
That makes sense.
MA.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a lot to remember when it comes to contact lens care.
There is, but it's about building good habits and making eye health a priority.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
Eye hypertension, the risks of buying contact lenses online,
right,
how to care for your lenses, and how overall health affects our eyes.
All connected.
I think this has been super informative.
Good.
I think our listeners will get a lot out of this deep dive.
I agree. And remember, this is just the beginning when it comes to eye health.
Yeah.
There's always more to learn.
As we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners?
I'd say the most important thing to remember is don't take your vision for granted. Regular eye exams are crucial to catch eye conditions early.
Right.
And making healthy choices can protect your eye end for years to come.
Absolutely well said.
Thank you.
So everyone listening, schedule that eye exam if you haven't already. And remember all the tips we talked about today to keep your vision healthy.
And don't forget to have fun exploring the world with those amazing eyes of yours.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up this deep dive.
Okay.
We hope you found it helpful and interesting.
I hope so, too.
And as always, we encourage you to keep learning.
Absolutely. Until next time.
See you then.
Bye. Bye.